Well, when looking at using an HD system, there's a couple choke points for the HD system. The choke point means a place where there's a limitation that will bottle us up and keep us from being able to fluidly run our system. The first of those really comes down to the computer system. The computer system, as we talked about recently, utilizing enough CPU power, enough RAM, independent graphics, CPU and RAM, as well as having the right protocol connected to the peripherals. So you want an external HD moving at the right speed, whether SSD or just a traditional hard drive, but we need the right protocol to move that information to and from. So if we have a session that is going to be 50 gigs, we need to be able to move that data from the hard drive to the computer system pretty quickly. And of course, so we have to have the right peripherals at the computer system. Additionally, we also need the right DAW. Some DAW systems are not really made to work in HD. They don't have HD capabilities. Additionally, may be a maximum HD track count on the DAW. So it's very important to pick the right software. Next, another big piece is the interface. Now, if we're only mixing or editing, our interface will only really be required to be able to operate at the HD levels, and it might not need much of a input-output count in order to really do that. So a simple two-track in, two-track out would be enough. But typically, if we're recording at these levels, we also need to make sure we have enough track count going in and out. HD plugins suffer from rendering issues, so we need to be able to work with our HD plugins. And then the HD virtual instruments. So one of the things that a lot of virtual instruments and loops and samples boast from collections like Native Instruments is that they have HD 96K sample rates. But those aren't even useful until you actually use your system at an HD level. So if you're operating at 44.1, that's not a big deal. But as soon as you move to 96K, all of your virtual instruments start to suffer. And the biggest thing we need to be able to act appropriately, of course, is our buffer system, which is pulling from the RAM. And if that works appropriately, then if we can manage all of these, our HD system will actually be pretty fluid.